Hey, it's Adele from Let's Get Inkie, and time to flip open the journal. I've been on a bit of a journal binge lately. Last week I think I filmed 4 journal with me videos, so there'll be one a month for the next 4 months. And I've just been enjoying getting back into it and just sticking and plonking all the things. If you are someone like me who has lots of half used sticker sheets and just little bits and pieces lying around in your craft desk that you don't know what to do with, a traveler's notebook is a great way to chuck them in and just have a bit more, I guess, freedom with memory keeping and journaling. Then I don't know, I just feel sometimes that there's a bit of pressure with making a scrapbook layout look perfect, not perfect, but look more purposeful, I guess you could say. And with these little travelers notebooks, they're just a little notebook and you can put whatever you like in there. So if you are struggling with an overflowing stash, or your mojo's kind of feeling a bit low, see if you can pick up a traveler's notebook insert. You don't even need the cover to start off with, just grab the insert, make one yourself, just staple some paper together and see how you go. See if it kind of sparks a new memory keeping love in you. That sounded lame, but just see if it helps get you out of a bit of a funk or use up some of your stash. So while I've been blabbing on, this page today, I had recently, when I printed photos earlier in May, it was my parents', I think it was their 34th wedding anniversary, and I had quite a few photos left over. I had created a double page over on Patreon, which was a 12 by 12 layout and a 12 by 12 Project Life page. And I still had photos left over. Actually, no, it was 2 Project Life pages as well. And I wanted to do something with them, and I found this little photo up in the top left hand corner from Aaron and I when we got married, and we will have been married 6 years this year, together for 12. And actually, when this video comes out, I think it's our dating anniversary next week, I think, if I'm scheduling this correctly. And so I thought I'd do a layout using both of our wedding photos, just because I felt like it. And I really like that with this traveler's notebook, that like I said before, it's got a little bit more freedom with it. With my scrapbooking, if you don't follow my main channel, Inky Quill, I do weekly scrapbooking, which is called Project Life, and it's chronological and rather structured, I guess you could say, with what photos I use and what photos I scrapbook when, in what order. And with my traveler's notebook, I feel like I can do kind of more flashbacks, and they're just self-imposed rules that I've put on myself. But it's nice to, because I do so many different paper crafting things, I like to kind of set a theme for each of them. So my scrapbooking Project Life is definitely more chronological and has more of a factual documenting vibe, whereas my traveler's notebook is just stick and plonk all the pretty things that you like and the pretty photos that take your fancy that day. So I'm just using I'm trying to use up a heap of stuff in here. I have this little container you can see on the left hand side, and if you're starting traveler's notebooks, or just if you want to make it a bit easier to actually get some creating done, I highly recommend just getting a limited amount of supplies and putting them in a specific little container, a specific little box, so that when you pull out your traveler's notebook, you can just grab that container straight away and use those pieces as the foundation. So they're like the go-tos when you first start. Then if you want to add extra things from your stash, go for it. There's no rules, like I said before, but I just find that by having a limited supply of a few select things, and all of these things are either older or half used, they're not my brand new, pretty things. They're my things that I just really want to use up. I still love, but I just want to use them up. And so I always use those first, and then if there's something specific from my stash. I can go and get that afterwards, but I know that I've kind of made a dent in what I already own before reaching for all those tempting, pretty new things that we add to our collections of supplies. Two things that I've really enjoyed using in my traveler's notebooks, definitely rub-ons. Now, I know rub-ons, you either love them or you hate them. There's no real grey area. I used to hate them because I had a few dodgy packets of rub-ons, but this pack has been fantastic. I think it's the it's from one of Paige Evans' collections for American Crafts, and the quality has been brilliant. They're great for travelers' notebooks because they're flat, so you don't have to worry about the bulk. I've also been trying to use up, I got a lot of, I don't know how I accrued them. I think a lot of them were in maybe kit subscriptions and things, but I seem to accrue a lot of washi tape sheets. So instead of having whole rolls of washi tape that, let's be real, just collect in our craft stash, they don't get used up as much as we anticipate, I think, when we buy them. But these washi tape sticker sheets are really fantastic because you get a range, usually like 8 to 10 different designs and patterns, but you only get a small amount, so you're more likely to use it up. However, I don't use it up, and they just seem to accrue in my stash. So whenever I've got I come across a washi sheet in my stash, I always put it in my traveler's notebook container just to try and get it used up. I'm also adding some clear floral stickers. I think these might be Chamel maybe, and then those round floral stickers are older ones from the Reset Girl. There's a few other little bits and pieces, but I was feeling very flower happy on this page. I was feeling very, very floral, which, let's be real, it's not out of the ordinary for me, but boy oh boy am I going to town on those little floral stickers. I think I was determined. I get in these I guess you could say use all the things kind of mode, and I just can't stop sticking and plonking. That I was so happy when I found that little camera sticker because it was the perfect fit for that tiny area. Do you ever get that? It's the small things in life that sometimes bring me the most joy when it comes to crafting, like when you find something that fits in the space that you need it perfectly. Small things. So then I'm just using my Tombow dual brush markers. I need to, I think, repurchase a couple of them because I do use them a lot. Some of the tips have gone a little feathery. Let me know in the comments if anyone's had that issue as well. They're just not as, I don't know, crisp as they used to be, and it's frustrating me a little bit when I do brush lettering because you can tell, and which is why doing a little black outline can really help kind of cover that up a little bit. I have sped this up quite fast. I'm just adding a bit of journaling here. I'm using my Pilot G2 pen in I think it's a 0.7. Yes, that's right. 0.7, and it's a nice pen. It writes nicely, and it doesn't have a lot of bleed through either, which is handy. I do get asked quite a lot. The insert that I'm using is a 003 from the Traveler's Notebook Company, and it's just a blank. I prefer to work in the blank because it lets me stick and plonk more things. And the cover that I use is an older Jane Davenport one. I'm hoping to have this insert finished by the time baby girl arrives so that I can start a new one. We'll see how we go. Thanks for tuning in today, guys, and listening to me waffle. I hope the birds weren't too loud outside the window. I think we've got minor birds nesting in our gutters, which if you're a fellow Australian, you'll know how fun minor birds can be. They're not fun at all. They're very annoying. But until the next video, I hope you guys have a lovely week and a lovely weekend. And let me know your thoughts on Traveler's Notebooks in the comments below. All right, guys. Bye.